I'm Sister Carmelita Centanni, and I'm originally from Incarnate Word Parish, where the Marianites taught forever, from the beginning to the time it closed. And of course, I know it's where I got my vocation. I can remember in 3rd grade wanting to be a nun, and then of course that continued because then I came here to Holy Angels for high school and entered right after high school. So, you know, to become a Marianite was just natural and part of, you know, who I am and who I became.
I'm Sister Immaculata Paisant. I knew I had to go to St. Agnes School because when I was in the 4th grade, St. Agnes opened. And I had to go there, but my parents said we couldn't afford it. So then I finally carried on at such a great rate that they said, oh, we'll let her go. And the reason why I knew I had to go is because the Marianites were so happy and so hospitable. They were just having so much fun, and I thought, I want to be like those people. So I went to St. Agnes and finished there, and then I said, well, I have to go to Holy Angels, because if I'm going to be a nun, I have to go to Holy Angels. That's where the community is. So that's how I came to Holy Angels, with the good graces of the sisters giving me a scholarship. And so then I got into the community, and very quickly, I was in the classroom, and I became a teacher. And then after being a teacher, quickly I was made a principal. And then after being a principal, I went into counseling, high school counseling. So that was like a whole new career. And then most recently, I was at a superintendent of schools. My life has been full of all kinds of jobs and groups of people and many, many families and people that I have been able to experience in my life. So it's been a wonderful run.
Just to see the development and the changes and where we are now and how we have gotten here. You know, one of the songs says, stand on the shoulders of those who have gone before you. That's always been a very, very important thing to me. And it's really very exciting. And also just to see the different opportunities we've had as we came here. We did education from the get-go, and then in the 50s, a number of sisters were sent to be nurses, and then one of our sisters went to become a catechetical teacher, and on. We have a doctor in the community, and I became a licensed clinical psychologist, and all of that's incredibly exciting to me, very exciting. We really changed to meet the needs of the people. When we came here in the 1840s, we were meeting the needs of children who needed an education. Then there was a recognition that we needed to meet the needs of people from a medical perspective. And then that was that. And then to meet the needs of people way out in the country, the sister who did the catechetical work was in the bayou area, you know, getting to places by way of boats. So it was meeting the needs of underserved people. And the same that continued for medicine and for psychology, etc.
Just imagine how many people were affected by the education of the sisters all those years and all the different things we did in the diocese. So it's just exciting, and they just go like, I can't believe that. What a legacy for the city of New Orleans. One of the devotions is to Our Lady of Seven Sorrows, and we were given these 7 dollar beads that we recited every day in honor of Mary and her sorrows. One of the most consoling things is that people who have sorrow, people who have losses in their life, if you can only bring them to know that Mary is the mother of sorrows, and there's no greater sorrow than that of Mary receiving her dying son in her arms when he was on the cross. So also Father Moros, one of his sayings was, in the cross is our only hope. And that has been a slogan for me. And the cross is our only hope. It is the hope of our salvation. It is a reason for our work and everything we do because of the cross and the paschal mystery of Jesus Christ. So that is a beautiful expression, in the cross is our only hope.
It's proactive, it's moving forward, it's doing something, it's recognizing something, and it's a very hopeful thing in the future, which is, you know, what the cross means for us.
To have hope with the future. There is something out there still for us to do and work for us to do for the Lord. So it's a great concept.
I started working as Victims Assistance Coordinator following all the clergy sex abuse. And my scripture quote was always, choose life. And because it was such a challenge for the people with whom I worked to think about choosing life. Everything seemed so bleak. And so choose life was very, very important to me. And in terms of prayer, though, the prayer to Father Moro, for healing has been something we have said every day, and it's become a very important prayer for me.
Jeremiah 29 says, I know the plans I have in mind for you. They are plans for peace and not disaster. And he goes on to say, for I am reserving a future full of hope for you. And when you call to me, you will hear me. And when you call for me with all your heart, I will let you hear me. And I think that's what has happened with our community. We have the plans that God has in mind for us, and the community has made that happen through active hope.